fucking hate this. Alright, can you guys hear me now? I really hate Streamlabs. It's such garbage. Yep, it works now?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Alright, so audio should be good. Yes, okay, cool. Let's just see if the connection stays good because I'm live streaming on Streamlabs. I used to live stream on Streamlabs all the time, but then it just became one problem after another, and it almost looks like I'm lagging. Does it look like I'm laggy a little bit? Like the video? Does the video look laggy before we get started? Because I'd rather just switch over to the YouTube app if this is not really too clear. Like, it should be super good and super crystal clear. Let me know how the connection is. I'm feeling okay. He's gonna tell everyone, hey, looks fine. Okay, dope. So yeah, sorry about the beginning there. So yeah, crazy story, guys. I'm gonna wait just a couple minutes before I tell everyone, so I don't have to repeat it over and over. So now I can say hello to some of you guys. Say hello to Mama Rock. Mama Rock. She has been through the ringer, let me tell you. Hey, Kelsey. What's up, Heidi? What's up, Birmingham, Alabama? Shamison. Was your chest congested? Yes. Yeah, so crazy story. So it was about, let's see. I got up here. I was with my friend Chris Starr. And we got done hanging out with the Raptor Adventures. We had a great time. Big shout out to Chris and also Raptor Adventures. Good peoples. And afterwards, Chris dropped me off at the train station in Newark, and I took a 3-hour train right up here. Been very careful, guys. You know, wearing mask and hand sanitizer and just staying away from people in general. So done a pretty good job with that. I came up here, and Mama Rock got me sick. It's all her fault. She's outside playing with the neighbors, and no, I'm just kidding. So I got here, and what day? Do you remember what day I got here?
No, not you.
I don't remember, but we got here, and we didn't do anything for like 3 or 4 days. And a lot of you guys know a story of this little girl, rest in peace, Kiara. And it was kind of a long story, but she got ghosted by a YouTuber, and it was like her dying wish to, you know, talk to her. And I guess she just didn't have enough time. She was too busy, you know, whatever it was. So my boy Omar Gosh TV had reached out to me and a bunch of our other friends, including FaZe Rug, who's like 20 million subscribers, good dude, and asked if, you know, he said, listen, I know you guys all are busy. You know, we have busy lives, but if you could stop just to make a little video clip for this little girl. She's going through a lot. She's dying of cancer. She only literally has days left. Just super sad. So we did make a video on that, and it just so happens that unfortunately she passed away, and she was having a funeral, and a lot of people had been reaching out to her family. Her mom is really just a very wow, just inspirational lady. Nobody should ever have to go through watching their child die. It's horrible. Anyhow, so my buddy Omar was telling me that, hey, they have the funeral, which is going to be on Tuesday, which was this last Tuesday. He's like, he wanted to go, but he wasn't going to be able to make it. So I was like, dude, I will totally go. I know my friend Chris Starr was going to go there, but she had been going through a lot, and she couldn't make it. But I asked my buddy Lou, I was like, hey, man, you want to, you know, go to this, you know, go and show our respects and show some love and just show them that, you know, the YouTube community, you know, we do care about our fans. You know what I mean? And Lou was totally down. He's like, sure, let's go. So we ended up going there. It was nice. We got there a little bit late. Did say hello to the mother for a few minutes. She was very sweet. And then after that, we left. And it was crazy, too, because we went and got some food. And then right after that, there was this haunted tunnel. And I was like, "Dude, let's go do it. Like, I'm down." And we got there, and Lou was like, "Oh, we probably should have got gloves." Now, the temperature was like 11 degrees. And we got out of the car, got out, did our intros, and then we were like, forget this. We get back in the car, and we warm up a little bit. 20 minutes later, we decided, let's do it. We had like about a 10-minute walk to the tunnel. And Lou was like, you know, I think it's actually colder in the tunnel. And I was like, well, that would not be good. So we finally get to the tunnel. We have to go up this huge incline. And my hands felt like they were going to break off. My fingers were horrible. And I'm like, dude, we've seen the tunnel. Let's get out of here. And that's literally the extent of the video that we made. When we get back home, and Mama Rock's like, what'd you say? They said what?
That it was some kind of a blast.
Like an Arctic blast warning or something?
A 2-minute warning. In other words, it would take 2 minutes for the body to set into hypothermia.
Right.
And here you two clowns are out there in this freezing weather. So when it was 12 degrees, it was really -7 in the tunnel.
Right. Yeah, and literally my fingers were going to break off. It was horrible. We finally got home. Well, later that night, I started feeling sick. Like, I started having, like, these body aches and, like, not good. I woke up the next morning, and I had the worst headache ever. Pounding headache. Again, just with the body aches. Now, Mama Rock, and this is what's just so, it's a blessing and so amazing. She had been complaining since the day I got here that she was having a pain in her back and also, like, in her chest. And, you know, we were like, you should go to the hospital. She's like, no, I don't want to go to the hospital. Everyone knows COVID there and all this stuff. And, you know, a couple days later, her symptoms just continued to get worse and worse. And what was the final straw for you to, you know, go to the hospital?
Taking in a breath and not being able to let it out was about the biggest
And that's
straw.
when they told you, when you went in there, and that's when they told you had corona, but not even like the variant. You had like the original corona.
Yep.
Golly.
On 19.
And yeah, so that's crazy. Now here's God's blessing, and this made it so worth it. Like I have a suspicion that we probably did get the corona from the funeral, just because there was a fam that messaged me on Twitter, and she's like, hey James, I didn't know if you knew this, but right when you guys were leaving, we actually saw you. The cops actually stopped our car so you could go. And I was like, oh wow. And that next morning, she had complained that she had a headache and body aches and stuff. And 2 days later, when I took my COVID test, apparently she took a COVID test and she was positive too. So everyone was being careful there and everything. But I mean, let me tell you though, this is where the blessing comes in. And I would not change anything. You know, I came up here and I was only going to come for a few days and then head back home. And obviously now I've been here kind of under quarantine. But I would not change
That's
it
a good
for
way
anything.
for me to keep them hostage, guys.
Yeah, she. This is all set up. But here, no, this is God's blessing, guys. Seriously, she went in for her corona. It turns out that before she even got corona, she had 2 blood clots, and one blood clot was in her lung, and the other one is in your kidney, right?
No, in my shoulder.
In your shoulder. And she was telling me, like, she thought there was something wrong with her. She was like, you know, I think my kidney's giving out or something. And I'm like, you should go to the hospital. And she wouldn't go to the hospital until a couple days later. And listen, Mama Rock, she's a tough lady, okay? But when you hear Mama Rock, nonstop, I'm like, damn, you know Mama Rock is hurting. Like, so finally, Lucid was able to convince her to go to the hospital. And if she didn't go, she would have died. 100%. Not from corona, but she would have died from the blood clot. And what did they say?
Embolism.
An embolism. Oh, that's what they said to you, right? They said you have a, what was it?
A long, I don't know, because you're asking me, I can't remember.
No, yeah. But just, man, just super crazy. And like, had I not come up here, and if I went to the funeral and we got COVID from there, if that didn't happen, Mama Rock probably wouldn't even be here right now. So it's crazy how that getting corona saved her life. It really did.
It's crazy, right?
It really did.
I'm not mad that I got corona.
Me neither.
In fact, what it got me was a physical from head to toe.
Yep.
And
you would not have gone.
My body is, and I'm more susceptible to these things.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have to go for tests, and I'll probably be on blood thinners.
It is such a blessing in disguise. Absolutely. And you know what? Like, I'm glad to have gotten corona, especially if it helped Mama Rock. And the crazy thing is, like, like it's been like a good week. So that was last Tuesday, and overall, like I know Lou got it, Lucid's got it, the kids got it, everyone got it, but I feel like I have a little bit of congestion, and I've had body aches, super tired.
Or you just get so tired that you just lay
Yeah.
down and pass out.
Well, that's what I've been doing, just chilling. Like, I had all these plans. I was going to upload videos daily. Like, my original idea was to put up a video called She's Finally Speaking to Me. And that's about Chris because, you know, long story, but Chris and I used to hang out a lot. She was a big fan back in the days, and we used to just chat. And, like, we built, like, a really cool, you know, relationship. And you know, just over time, I know when I met Chelsea, or when Chelsea and I kind of got together, I was talking to both her and Chris, and you know, it was definitely interesting. And I know that, you know, since Chelsea and I had broken up, you know, what, 3 or 4 months ago now, I've really tried to work on myself, really tried to reach out to people from my past, people that I've hung out with, you know, obviously staying close with, like, friends and everything like that. And I've felt some guilt in my heart with something that happened with Chris going back a few years ago, where I kind of, like, just ghosted her, and I stopped talking to her because, you know, she was a very good person. Like, you know, I was supportive of her, and I remember her telling me back in the days before she even started YouTube that she had this dream to do YouTube, and she wanted to go on a TV show and do all this stuff. And I was such a big encouragement to her at the time, trying to tell her, yeah, you got this, you're going to do it, you know, you can manifest anything that you want. And yeah, something happened, and something I wasn't very proud of that I did with Chris, something like on a live stream, something that I did that was kind of mean. And I basically, when I reached out to Chris a few months ago, I was like, listen, I got to tell you something. Like, I feel really bad about something that I did, and I want to just tell you about it. And I told her, and, you know, obviously it hurt her, but she was also very appreciative that, you know, I owned up to my mistake, and you know, just kind of told her. And since then, we've been able to talk and, like, build that really good friendship again. So it's definitely something that I've had, like I said, guilt. And I mean, listen, I know everybody out there. Like, I stay. Oh, is she here? So, anyways, you know, I'm just a big believer in owning up to your mistakes, because at the end of the day, we're all human. We all definitely do make mistakes, and I kind of always prided myself on, you know, being very, like, being a good friend to everybody and staying neutral. And you know, for the most part, I've done a pretty good job. I like to stay out of the drama and stuff like that, but you know, sometimes you have to step up and you have to admit some faults. And it really worked out good, and I really appreciated that she accepted my apology so that we could, you know, be cordial and still be friends. It tells you a lot about somebody's character, especially somebody that's been hurt a lot from people. But I honestly think the truth definitely does set you free. And yeah, so that was that. And it's kind of a funny story because Chris and I wasn't even planning on get together. My good friends, the Raptor Adventures, you guys know Jen and Lisa. I had been talking to them because I recently found out that I didn't know that that Lisa is a dentist and Jen is a dental assistant, and they have their own place. And something I've been wanting to do for a very long time is get porcelain veneers, like on the top, you know, get rid of these holes and stuff. So I talked to them about it, and they're like, yeah, well, we'd have to, you know, do some measurements and stuff like that, and then it would be a few weeks and all this stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm not doing anything. Let me fly up there, and that's what I did. So I made, not fly, but my friends, it was kind of, I was going to fly, and my friends, South Cax, they were like, hey, we're going to do a little trip. You want to go? And I'm like, heck yeah, and bring me right up there. So ended up doing that. And then while I was there, I found out that Chris was going to be coming. So it was just a really good time. We had a great time, you know, and then obviously came here, and then that's when I got sick and things like that. So I planned on putting out a bunch of videos. The first one was going to be She's Finally Speaking to Me. The next one was going to be the video that I just dropped. If you didn't watch it, make sure you do. It's freaking crazy from the catacombs. And then I was going to boot another video the very next day. It's going to be called The Last Time I'm Going to Talk About This, because I know a lot of you guys, a lot of people have reached out. They've been asking over and over and over. I'm sure it's a common theme now. You know, is Chelsea okay? Where's Chelsea? How's she doing? We haven't seen from her, and it's really tough because I haven't been speaking to Chelsea. I don't know how she's doing. You guys know about the same as I do. And it's definitely something very confusing to me as well. But I will say this, just as much as like I, had to admit like my faults and my wrongdoings with Chris, I feel like I should do the same thing with Chelsea. And Chelsea doesn't want to talk about things publicly. Neither have I, really, to be honest with you. But just getting certain messages from a lot of people that, they really seem to not want to drop it. And I know what a lot of people told me, all my friends, James, you don't need to say anything. Like, it's nobody's business, da-da-da-da-da. And I get that. But I feel like I see Chelsea struggling, maybe because she can't say the things that she wants to, and I don't want her to be like that. I want her to be able to say anything she wants. Like, nothing should discourage her from saying that. Like, if that's something that she needs to do to move on, to be happy, because I know she was uploading a lot, doing really good, and then just no more after that. And it's like, I know she has it within herself, and I can't really speak to what demons that she's dealing with. But I do know that, she's so talented. She has so many things that she could do if she wants. And I don't know what is exactly holding her back, but if it has something to do with me, something that she feels like I did, or, whatever it is, I don't want that to stop her. So that's going to be my next video, is where I'm going to just basically discuss kind of like what went wrong in our relationship. On my side, because I'm not going to speak for her, but I do know that there is a lot of you guys, because you guys were there from the beginning, you loved us, and there's just, I've realized a lot too. Like a few months ago, I didn't really realize the truth, because there was no closure. It was just like everything was everything, and then all of a sudden she disappeared, and I was blocked, and I couldn't talk, I couldn't message, I couldn't do anything. And, I probably said some things that I'm not proud of at that time, but also I was still super supportive. Like, I was literally, like, right after that, I sent her money because I didn't even know if she could get around or do anything. So yeah, I'm gonna probably put out that video. I just feel like, if anything, I'm going to admit my faults and kind of just be 100% real with you guys. And the purpose of it is hopefully to help her. Maybe me, because she doesn't want to talk about things, so she doesn't want to put anything out there. Maybe she just doesn't want to make me look bad. Maybe she doesn't, whatever it is, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be the one that will say my piece and tell everybody, the truth. And I think it's very important, even if it doesn't make me look good. I've had a couple of friends that I've told of exactly what I was going to do, and they're like, no, dude, don't do that. You don't need to. Like, you're going to make it look like it's all your fault, and da-da-da-da. And at the end of the day, like, I do believe that we can create, these false realities in our head. And all I can speak for is me and myself and my mistakes and my regrets. And that's it. I'm not going to speak for anything else besides things that are on me. And maybe that is a closure for me. Maybe that's a closure for her. Maybe that's a closure for you guys. Again, I know a lot of people will be like, James, you don't have to do that. Some people sometimes do take things wrong, especially when I'm only telling one side of it. And basically telling one side, of my faults and my regrets and things. Like, I've really realized, like, there's so much to learn in this world, you know what I mean? And it's funny because I've been doing this trip for the last almost 2 months, meeting with some really great fams and stuff, and man, I've learned so much. Like, I wish I would have known this stuff beforehand, because it's just, it's crazy. It's like I was in such a dark place, you know, going back. I mean, we started, you know, we had this COVID thing going on, which is just absolutely horrible back then. Not that it's gotten any better, but it definitely was bad, and it put me in a dark place. I know a lot of you guys could probably relate to it, but I realized that, you know, your energy, the energy that you put out, like if you're sitting there and it's always negative energy, like, dude, that's gonna cripple you. And I definitely do believe that I let it get the worst of me, because I know, first of all, being stuck in your house and, you know, not having that break or being able to, like, you know, it is really tough. And my energy was way off. It was very dark. You know, I had a lot of things dealing with, the whole Bobby Mackey's thing at the end, and just dealing with, like, demonic entities, which is never a good thing. And man, I've learned so much through that, and it also makes me feel bad because, you know, at the end of the day, I was actually discussing, I think this with Lou the other day, and I was like, bro, it's so easy for you to blame other people for problems, but sometimes you have to sit back and look and be like, yo, before that even happened, like, what happened? What caused that to begin? Because there's opportunities that we have that allow us to be real with ourselves. And the worst thing that I've realized that I've had to deal with is my ego. Because I've always told everybody what a great ego I have. I have a very small ego, and in some ways I do, but I definitely realized that my ego got the best of me 100%. And I have such a big regret from it because, I mean, Chelsea is a very, very sweet girl. Like, even every friend that I've been hanging out with over these last couple of months, of course, they all ask me about Chelsea, and I kind of have to explain to them. And I think, honestly, Chelsea probably thinks that I just talk mad crap and probably, you know, talk about all the things she'd probably think I was talking about. But every single, you know what's crazy, Mama Rock?
Wow.
Like, dude, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I still root for her, right?
Yeah.
And I'm always talking good stuff about her. And it's funny because every single friend of mine that's also friends with her, they've all tried to reach out and talk with her. And, like, if somebody was sitting there talking bad stuff about you, you would think their friends would all reach out to try to support. But that also shows, yeah.
You're not talking about her, but my thought is on that is when Chelsea's ready to deal with people, she'll deal with them.
Right.
You know, she doesn't have to do anything for anybody else. She has to do for herself. Exactly. I love her. Yep. I love you. Yep. Ain't gonna change that. None of it.
Exactly.
And I'm sure everybody else feels the same way.
Exactly. I think she lets her anxiety get the best of it.
I only want to say this because you know Mama Rock always does. Truthfully, what happened with you guys is what happened with you guys. Win, lose, or draw, they should learn that you have a personal life too. Right.
And I love that everybody's supporting her too, because I don't think she realizes that. I think she had made a post recently. Somebody told me about she wished she could speak her truth, but no one listens or no one will believe her. But that's not true. Like, everybody believes her, and like she's such a
she's such a cutie.
She is. She's got such a great spirit to her.
She's a ninja.
She is a ninja, and she just needs to start embracing that, because that's always been her thing, right? She's always thinking people are talking about her, not believing her, blah blah blah. But in reality, she has so much love and support from people that it's just outrageously, like, it's in her head. You know what I mean? Like, people absolutely love her, and they should. You know what I mean? But I've seen that she hasn't uploaded anything in like 5 or 6 weeks, and then people will come to me like, James, you know, she hasn't done anything. She's homeless. Like, are you gonna at least help her out? Do you not care? And it's like, that kills me, because it's like, that's not true. I mean, for me, real love is letting go. You know what I mean? And if there's something that she needed, like, I'm there. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the only thing you can do in that situation is do you. It's no contact, you know?
There used to be the saying, if you love something, let it go.
Oh, yeah.
If it returns, it belonged to you. If it doesn't, it never did.
Exactly. And that's honestly, it's kind of weird, because I did a lot of researching through a lot of stuff. And they say ultimately, like, you need to love yourself. But if you really want to get to the point where, like, you're okay either way. And that's the point I'm at. You know what I mean? Like, if anything, I just want to make sure she's happy. Even though it, like, has nothing to do with me, obviously. But knowing that she is happy, and it doesn't matter. She could be happy with somebody else. She could be happy by herself. She could be happy, you know, financially or through her job or whatever.
Just maybe she's not willing to share that right now.
Well, and that's fine. I just, you know, I'm just saying, people may think, like, I don't care. I do care. You know what I mean? But sometimes caring is, you know, like I said, letting go and just support the best way that you can. And that is what I'm doing. So, all right, let me drink some water again, because...
Dehydration.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, so let me tell you what happened the other day. So I'm thinking, yeah, I'm doing good. The Rona, like, you know, I'm good. Just been a little bit tired. Well, oh my God. Mama Rock's at the hospital. And I'm sitting right here, okay? I'm sitting right here, and I'm like, dude, I'm so dizzy. I'm just not feeling good. So I put my head down for like a good 5 minutes, and I'm just like, oh my God, I feel so, like, I don't even know, just dizzy. And like I was going to pass out, but I had to go to the bathroom. And I've been having to go to the bathroom. So I was like, finally, you know what? Let me get up. I'm going to just go. I get up. And it was only me and Lucid was here. And I get over here and I like hit something, and she's like, oh, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And next thing I know is I'm right here, and boom, I went straight back. I guess I just passed out. I went straight back, and Lucid actually grabbed me, which is great, because if she didn't grab me, I would have been hitting my head right here. And yeah, I went from, like, I didn't think, I was like, dude, this corona's not bad at all, to literally, like, it just made me pass out. I've never passed out like that, which is crazy. But big shout out to Lucid, because she saved my keister on that one, that's for sure.
Or at least the skull.
Yeah. All right, let me see if I can figure out this thing here. Okay, maybe that works.
I cleaned that part of the table, huh?
Yeah. Hey, Hillary, what's good? Don Slayer, what up? So, hey, maybe I don't even have to make a video now. I spoke about. But no, it's like I said, I've learned a lot over the last several months, and I learned the ego is very, very dangerous. It can cause so many problems that you don't even think, and it's just, it's so wild, you know? There's so much to tell you, so I am going to make that video. I think I owe it to Chelsea, if that makes sense, and I know some of my friends have been like, you don't know shit to nobody, but at the end of the day, what I feel in my heart, if I feel like that could help somebody, that could help her in any way, it'd be worth it, because again, I want to see everybody happy. I want to see all people happy. And it's funny because Chelsea said something one time that kind of got to me, and she's like, you're so loving and caring to everybody else but me. And I'm like, okay. But it also helped me realize one thing. Women can, forgive. Women can forget about things, but the one thing women will not do is they don't forget the way you make them feel. And unfortunately, I think I had my head up my ass so far that I hurt the person that, like, I never should have or would have. And it's crazy how that works out. But, all you can do at the end of the day is improve yourself, keep on going, and that's what I did. Literally, there's no sorries. Sometimes that's going to end anything. There's no forgiveness of anything. Sometimes the only one thing you can do is fix yourself within, and that's exactly what I've been doing. And it's been amazing and rewarding, And it's great because like it helps me like just hanging out with my friends and stuff. Like for example, Chris has had a very difficult life, just like Chelsea has. And I did realize that sometimes James plays a little too much. And, you know, I'd mess around and goof around with Chelsea. And the same thing with Chris. But there was one thing that happened where I guess my joke went a little too far. And it's funny because I remember Chelsea saying something once where she's like, she was struggling with something and she was crying, and I laughed at her. And when I heard her tell me that, I'm like, that didn't happen. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I would never, ever do something like that. But I realized that, you know, me playing around and being goofy and thinking that it's funny, or that how I deal with things sometimes is to laugh. And when that happened with Chris, I could tell it actually affected her, not in a good way. And I think Chelsea is just really good at hiding things, because she'd maybe just, you know, go and cry in the bathroom when I wasn't there. So, like, it didn't become real to me. But just hanging out with Chris and just, you know, just my interactions with her, like, I realized, like, sometimes I'm thinking I'm supporting and trying to be there to support somebody in a good way, but it can be taken the wrong way. And that's where James be playing a little bit too much. So I definitely learned a lot. I learned a lot through Chris, you know, because there's a lot of so many similarities with her and Chelsea. And yeah, I just realized that definitely it's good for us to put ourselves in other people's shoes. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, especially like I always kept saying to myself before that, you know, all couples get into arguments. That because I was trying to like justify like what actually happened, and that's what I kept coming up with is like our normal little arguments, because we would argue, but we would argue about nothing, like literally nothing, just dumb stuff. And again, that's probably where the ego comes in, where Chelsea would be acting like she's right, and of course she was right, and I basically, you know, felt like I had to be right or something, and then it just becomes a stupid argument over nothing. And one thing that I realized is, especially for, and this is a good lesson for a lot of you guys, because there's a lot of women out there that, you know, have had difficult past, you know, women that have been abused, whether it's, you know, physically, sexually, whatever it is, mentally. And I realized that when you argue with somebody, especially somebody that's gone through like traumatic experiences like that, you have to be very wise and very like understanding to that, because you getting into that argument sometimes makes it 10,000 times worse, because you're not thinking that it may trigger something that happened.
Whoa. Oh.
What happened?
No, sorry.
But sometimes you realize that it triggers something, and that's the one thing that I definitely was messing up on and didn't realize. I mean, it's funny because I knew it too. Like, I knew, like, my actions were not good. And I remember changing my password at the time to treat her better, because I even knew that I had to be more understanding. I had to be like a sweeter person, because that's typically and generally how I am. But at the time, a couple weeks, I had the worst pain I've ever gone through in my life, because I had 2 wisdom teeth that were both infected. And it's crazy because the night that everything, like, you know, the last night that I had, man, it was so tiring, so dead set. We had to go load up these U-Hauls. And the crazy thing is, we were getting along so well. We were goofing and laughing. And it wasn't until probably like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning when, that was about it. And definitely crazy stories. But I like I said, I feel like I don't have to, but I do feel like, you know, it's fair. It would be fair for me to, you know, just admit my wrongdoings, and maybe that will give her some type of closure where she can, you know, be happy, start uploading. Because I do want to see her back on YouTube, and I know you guys do too. I think she feels like nobody cares, or, and the thing is, like, maybe she's not having haunted videos to put out. The thing is, she could freaking put herself watching grass grow, and people would like it, because it's not about the content, it's about the personality, and she is great with that. Like, she could literally do anything. Like, I feel like she could do a live stream right now, it'll get 2-3 times as many views as I do, just because people love her. And at some point, like, I kind of get it. Like, people don't want to hear the same stories over and over. They don't want to hear, like, victim mentality stories and all that stuff. And I get that, but I don't want her to feel like she can't talk because she's either trying to protect me, or maybe she's worried that, people won't like that. And one thing that kind of got me into even wanting to think about doing a video about this is, somebody had told me that Chelsea had been getting threats. Like, I don't know if it was death threats or whatever, but that really angered me and really upset me, because there would be 0% reason why that would happen. And I almost wonder if it's like something that I said where people think, oh, James is hurt. And that's the other thing. Like, people think it was so easy for me. I just got right over it, and I was able to just move on with my life and, whatever. And from the outside looking forward, it kind of did. But Mama Rock, that ain't how it went down. You know what I mean? Like, it was really tough. But it's never okay for anybody to threaten somebody. I mean, that's just absolutely ridiculous. And I hope that's not what's kept her from uploading. So I would just say this. Go show her some support. Go show her some love, whether it's on Instagram or Twitter or whatever it is. And, I haven't talked about this. I haven't brought anything up. I don't... She probably thinks, oh, James is just trying to do this to... Who knows? I don't even know, honestly. But go show her some love and support, because she is a great person. She is very sweet. And I only want what's best for her. So, even if that ain't me. And that's okay. Right, Mama Rock?
Right.
Alright, so, let me talk to some fams here.
There are lots of fams.
When are you going home, James? Well, I've been trying to go home. That's the thing. Obviously, I've had Corona now for a little over a week. I went to go try to get some Corona tests, but they're all sold out everywhere, which is crazy. So I've seen different things. The CDC said something about 5-day wait. Mama Rock was telling me, what were they telling you in the hospital?
Yeah, they're only giving it out to emergency cases, so you're not going to really find them in the store.
But what did they say about how many days?
For quarantine?
Yeah, 5 10?
It's 10 from the start of your diagnosis.
Okay, Ned, I'll check my email.
And then it's, before you can go out, you need to have 5 days of no symptoms.
Okay.
So,
see, that's where I thought I was good. Like, I had no symptoms for, like, days, and then all of a sudden I just passed right out.
I didn't have no symptoms, and all of a sudden I felt like I was dead.
I do want to get out. I will say this. Tomorrow, Lucid, myself, I don't know if you're going, Mama Rock. No. Well, we're going to go film a video. I shouldn't tell you where we're going, but...
it's some neat place.
Yeah, it's some neat place that's an abandoned place where there's nobody around. So, obviously, if we're going to film something, I don't want to be around anybody. Even though I think I'm probably over the corona now. I'm pretty sure. But I don't know. I'm going to have to get a test to make sure before I decide to fly back home. Because I'm really not even sure what I'm going to do from this point. Like, where do I go? It's been, like, honestly, like, man, when did I leave? It was probably like 6 or 7 weeks ago. And I've only been home for, I think, 3 days to spend time for Christmas with the kids.
Wow.
Yeah, that was it. Like... Yep. And it's funny, too, because I have some friends that are...
Because you ran off with Omar for a while, and then you came back, and you ran off down to...
And that's what I need to be around friends. Like, being at home alone is really where... Like, I did that for like 2.5 months, and honestly, it was the best, most rewarding thing that I've done. Just trying to find myself, find God, try to, see the truths. Because there's just... Man, there's so much truth out there, and it's crazy because I've learned a lot. Like, obviously I've been learning more about God, but also about, you know, energy and like how, you know, there's a lot of spiritual stuff, you know what I mean? A lot of spiritual stuff. And it's been great hanging out with my friends, you know, with Omar and Tip. That was an awesome trip. With Chris, Mama Rock up here. And of course, I went and spent some time with Carly and her family. And thank God, like, Carly ended up getting Corona as well. But she's, you know, past that and doing good. And she's killing it on YouTube, by the way. If you're here, Carly, totally love you. Very, very proud of you. You're doing such a great job. But yeah, I'm not sure what the next move is for me. Maybe just go home, spend some time with my friends. I did have my friend Ashley, if you guys remember Adventures with Ashley. She had reached out to me and said, hey, what are you doing? Maybe we can hang out. And then I know she said something about her friend Kelsey coming as well. So I don't know if that's something we're going to do. I know I'm supposed to hang out with my friend Chris too again. So I don't know. I don't even know what we're doing. But I do know I love you guys and I missed you. Right, Mama Rock?
Yes.
You want to help read some comments?
I've been reading them all.
Well, let's read them out loud then.
Well, you were busy, dude.
Well, sometimes James talks too much.
They're telling you that you can get free tests from the post office.
Oh, really?
But tomorrow I'm going to find out where we can get them, because you could get them at the library for a while, so.
Dude,
I'll see what's going on.
I'm killing your waters.
I don't care.
We got to go to the store tomorrow.
Just make sure it's water you're drinking.
I will say, well, now I'm going to have some
or
juice.
Juice, because otherwise.
Yeah, it's been, you know, I will say this, Mama Rock. The house don't run quite as good without you here.
No,
like, I will say that. I literally just been, here, let me show you where I've been. I'm going to show you how sweet Mama Rock is. So, you know, besides the fact when I got here, she's like, makes me this awesome breakfast in the morning, which was just super nice. Let me see, I can't see nothing. What the heck? Yeah, did what is it? No, I got my good light here. I got a big mess. I got a big mess. Oh my gosh.
You got your big light on the
Okay, so I don't know. So Mama Rock's so nice that look at this. There's Mama Rock's bed right there. Because she gave me her bedroom. Like, how nice is that? Like, so this is me right here. I've just been laying in Mama Rock's bed for like a week. So, big shout out to Mama Rock. It's very sweet. Like, you know, she gave up her whole bedroom, especially when she's sick. And I felt kind of bad, you know. But she treats me as if I'm one of the families. And that's how we do, man. That's how we do. We're all one big family. And, yeah. I will say this, like, my head has not been completely all there. Definitely been a little bit of a struggle. And, yeah, I feel bad because I really wanted to get all those videos up for you guys. But, again, I did get a video up yesterday, so make sure you check that out. And then I'm going to be making this video. Obviously, I'm not going to do 2 videos, like she finally speaking to me, and then also last time I'm talking about this. But yeah, I'm going to put that video out probably tomorrow. Because I've been vlogging for like the last 2 weeks. So there's a lot of good footage. Like, for example, of when my fingers almost broke off from the tunnel. Just a bunch of stuff. So I'm really excited to put that video out for you tomorrow. I just have to film the part of me talking about the last time I'm going to talk about this. Because I feel like I get a comment every single day, and a lot of times they're not nice comments. Like, I know one person got into me with it and said something about, like, James, you're not the man I thought you were. No man would ever leave his girl stranded and da-da-da-da-da. And, man, I was like, I hate those messages because people just, they don't get it, you know? And honestly, I didn't even get it, honestly, until more recently of just learning things and learning to forgive and learning to, you know, just let people, I don't even know. See, that's why I gotta make a video so I can edit it and make it all sound right. Because a lot of times, I will say this, James be putting stuff out that don't even make sense, okay? Like, I will say this, the one thing I really liked about with Chelsea is if I was having a conversation with somebody, like, sometimes it would come out wrong. But what happens is I would say it and Chelsea knew exactly what I was trying to say. And she would basically translate that, and they'd be like, "Oh, okay," and then it was like super good. You know what I mean? So I do come across sometimes, you know, with the best intentions, but sometimes, I mean, think about it. In today's day and age, everybody gets triggered by everything, and we need to have more understanding with people. Like, we really do. Like, you never know what people are going through. You know what may have happened with them. And just, I think people need to be a lot more open and understanding to a lot of stuff, you know, for sure. Okay, so I show you the room. Very sweet of Mama Rock to do that, ain't it? Ain't it though? Why is it so dark? You know what's funny? This is about when I went down, right? I could have. Oh, you weren't here. I could have easily like went down the stairs. That would have sucked. I didn't even think about that. Y'all want to see the cold outside? Man, it's cold outside. Oh, it's dark too. Well, what's the temp like today?
It's right now.
Oh, it is super cold. Actually, kind of feels good.
21 degrees.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, gee, it's not.
I mean, compared to what it's been.
Below freezing, but it ain't bad.
All right, what else we got for comments here?
Okay, let's see. Let me get back there.
I don't know.
Getting back to the conversation.
Back to the conversation.
Okay. Make sure, James, to call.
Oh, Lark, I appreciate the super chat. Thank
Are
you.
you going out in the airport? That's how you're flying out?
Yeah, I'm gonna fly back home, yeah. I just gotta figure out what to do because the flights are kind of expensive. And it's like, I'm trying to figure out what day. Because if you don't book in advance, they really tax you. I was actually just thinking about making a reservation and heading home in like a couple of days. Just because I haven't hung out with the kids and I should be good now. But I do need to go and get a test. Because I want to make sure it's negative before I go. I'm pretty sure it is though. But we'll see. But we will see. But thank you, Lark, for that super chat. I appreciate that. Glenny, what up, bruh? It says smash that like button. Hey, there's the homies and Eddie and Jen's vlogs. How have you guys been? I've been wondering about you, where you guys are. Wait, make Eddie and Jen vlogs and then some moderator? Wait, what? It says make Eddie and Jen the vlogs and then some a moderator. Yeah, I thought they were already a moderator. Man, when they be doing that. Hey, Jennifer, good to see you. Jennifer, Dolphin for life. Yeah, the government. Hey, you know what they did come out with recently, too, is that 5G. They said something about there were some complications with 5G up here. I don't know what that all has to do with anything, but... Julie, hey, Julie, what's good? Says you need to check on it, James. Yes, I do. Praying for the two of you. Yo, thank you, Jessica. Like, we all got it. Like... It was like I had that first day where I had the super bad headache and
that was the worst.
And Mama Rock was already dealing. She was in so much pain, but thank you to Jesus because like I said, Mama Rock probably would not be here right now had we not gotten COVID.
Yeah, no, because I wouldn't have went to the doctor.
I know you wouldn't have. Dude, you were sitting there, you were in so much pain like all night long and you still wouldn't go.
I was like,
you're like, I don't want to go there when everyone's got corona. I'm like, dude, you got corona though. But who would have thought the corona wasn't the thing that was going to take her life? It was the blood clots. So that was a crazy story. Tell me about how they let you watch it and what happened.
Oh, they do these tests to try to, depending on where it's located in the body, they want to shrink it as quickly as they can.
Because you already had the blood clot before you got corona.
So I had started taking aspirin on my own. Well, aspirin's a blood thinner, guys.
Yeah.
So what was happening was the one in my shoulder was starting to already shrink on its own because I had been taking all this aspirin for a toothache. But once I got there and I had told them the symptoms, they knew they weren't signs of COVID. And the doctor said that. He said, well, that is not a sign of COVID, but what it is a sign of is a blood clot. And he said, because I would turn my head to the left and I'd pass out, just down on the ground. And it happened a few times and I ignored it, you know. So now they send me off for this test. And of course, the next day after that, it was an MRI. And then they did my D-dimers, which tell them you have this, were way elevated. And they had to change all these things very quickly. So they ended up doing this test where they drive this needle from here into your arm into the vein. God. And they inject stuff. And you go watch it. I was watching it. Jeez. And then you see things like where the clot is at. It's like on an ultrasound. You can see when this dye hits it that it kind of goes and breaks apart a little bit.
So you saw it.
Yeah, it didn't explode because it's still there. It just, what it does is it just kind of melts it down or something. I don't know how to describe it. But it was small enough for me to come home. So.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But now it'll be tested.
What did the doctors tell you? If you would have waited any much longer, you would have died?
He told me that I was walking on a thin line between here and heaven. And I was like, well, that's kind of scary. You know.
Honestly, it was so worth it even getting corona. Like, I just keep thinking to myself, like, there's so many decisions that I make, and
I'll live with the corona.
I easily could have not came up here. I could have, after I was with my friend Chris, I was actually thinking about heading back home first. And then I called Lou, and that's when Lou was like, yeah, definitely come up here, man, you know. And I just keep thinking to myself, had I not done that, like, there's a good chance Mama Rock wouldn't even be here because she didn't even realize, like, you didn't even know you had blood clots.
Nope.
And, like, these were blood clots that were going to end a life, you know what I mean? So, who would have thought it? Coming up here, whether I got corona first or someone else got corona first, whatever it is, just thank God it happened because had it not, like, can you imagine? Like,
what did I say
that would have
the
just
first
been
time
it.
I talked to you? I said, I'm glad that this happened because I'll probably be dead.
God's blessings, man. I tell you, it's amazing.
The pain that I had in my chest was something I never felt before in my life. I didn't know whether it was a heart attack. I didn't know if my kidneys, I kept saying my kidneys are hardening up, something's going on.
Well, we had a lot of trolls tonight. What the hell? I could care less. All I can tell you is big shout out to my moderators. I'm not exactly sure how we could have trolls when we're just thankful that God saved, you know, your life. But you know what? That just goes to show you, no matter what, people are always going to try to, like, take you down, always try to devalue whatever you're going through, and it's crazy. And I will say this, like, to all of you guys, like, I have thick skin and I can deal with it, but I can't tell you how many people, like, I remember for example, when Chris Starr and I first started filming, this is like 5 years ago, I think, we did a video at Shades of Death Road. And I put out that video, and Chris got, like, all this hate because of a jacket she was wearing. And, like, that really affected her. Like, this is when she was trying to get started on YouTube. And, like, that really takes a lot of out of you. I know Mama Rock has dealt with stuff like that where, you know, what happens is these jealous people, they'll see you're filming with somebody and then, you know, they'll try to take advantage and make you look stupid, which is so dumb. Like, was that with you or Lou where someone's like, oh, you're just using James for clout and, like, you having him come up here, and the whole time I'm the one that reached out to him. I was the one that said, you know, hey, Lou, let's hang out. Let's go film. And then they're at making it look like to other people that, like, Lou's trying to, like, get clout or something. And it's so ridiculous because I don't film with people like that. I film with real people. You know, like, I appreciate that. Like, I'm not about, like, just, you know, anybody here, let's just film and, you know, whatever. First of all, I'm just a normal person. Like, I hate it when people think, like, oh, you're going to, you know, oh, go get with James and, like, try to make yourself. First of all, I'm just a normal freaking person, okay? Like, I hate that. Like, I really, it gets under my skin because there is a lot of YouTubers out there, especially when they get a little bit of, you know, followers and stuff. They think they're the greatest. They think they're just God's gift. And honestly, like, ain't nobody's like that. You know what I mean? Nobody's like that. We all just normal people. And what you do with your life is going to be a reflection of what comes back to you. Like, you definitely attract the energy that you put out. And that's another thing that I really started learning is that, you know, being a good inspiration to people and putting that positivity out there, it comes back to you tenfold. And, you know, a lot of things that I've learned over this last, you know, 4 or 5 months, honestly, I've learned over this last couple of years, because I will say this, like, I thought I had known a lot, and, you know, obviously we're all just always learning, but after being with Chelsea, I learned so much in a positive way. And that's another thing that I always feel like, you know, that maybe I owe her, because, I mean, we'll do, you know, things back and forth, but, I mean, I will say that a lot of my positivity, a lot of my success as far as, you know, just, you know, spiritually and things like that, a lot of that is because of Chelsea, and that's something that I'm very grateful for, even though she doesn't get it. Like, she doesn't think that I would know that, but I do. Like, you have to learn from people and take everything, you know, and just, yeah, learn from it. You know, I wish I learned a lot more quicker, but you know what? God's timing is always everything, you know, for sure it is. And we just, so many things that we don't even realize that it just ends up being, I know a lot of things I'm not saying is like making sense because my head's not all there, but that Corona be doing some crazy stuff to you, don't it? It's crazy. Anyways, let's see what else anybody got to say. Quicker, specific. What is it? Turtle. Hey, what's good, Turtle? Good to see you, bro. I wonder if it allowed me to show any footage from another video. I'm trying to reconnect.
It's lagging, it says.
I'm stupid hating.
That's weird.
Alright, let me try this. I definitely feel out of it mentally, though. Like, you know what I mean? Alright, let's see if I do that. No, it don't work. Alright. Take, you know, maybe if I delete all these. Let's see if that works.
Sorry, guys.
Okay. I think it'd be cool to show them some of the video. Alright. So if we do that, now we go to screen share. Oh, there we go. Wait, no. I wish it would just work. Always be having problems. Alright, maybe if I go draw on top. Alright, let me try to do this one time. Yeah, I don't know what's going on now. It doesn't even have a camera yet. It's working. That doesn't even make sense. Alright, so now you can only see just regular on there. Let me see.
Does he walks around? Hello.
Alright, well, whatever. That would have been cool. I just feel so out of it. Like, I was trying to upload or try to edit some videos for you. Big shout out to my boy Rich, the Steel one. I feel like I'm getting dizzy again.
Well, sit the heck down.
Yeah, just get a little fresh air.
It's too little to catch me.
It's just weird how this works. Like, I can feel like the other day, was it yesterday or the day before? I felt fine all day long, and then sitting there in the kitchen and just got dizzy and just straight out passed out. It was crazy.
You're sweating like crazy right now.
I know.
That's nuts. I know, I remember that feeling. It just
It's not passed out on live stream.
Don't be passing out in the live stream.
Whew, okay. So, Mama Rock, what else you got to say before we let everybody go?
I want to say thank you to every single person out there that prayed for me. All the encouragement, and when I was scared to death, Deborah the fam talked about her experience, and it actually made me feel so much better, because I had spent 2 nights without any sleep worrying about all the stuff that they were telling me. And so just thank you to each and every one of you. You all rock. You're the best support when
you rock, Mama Rock.
Crazy. Appreciate every one of you.
I can't wait to go back and read all these comments. If you guys
they go by.
yeah, I know. Well, also it's hard for me to like
see them up close.
Read, especially with but yeah, I thank you guys for being here. I know this has been kind of a weird live stream because like I said, mentally my head is like all over the place. Corona would be working some weird ways. That's all I know. Especially how just it affects everybody differently. But yeah, I'm curious to read some comments. So definitely after this live stream, if you have anything to say, I definitely love to read it in the normal comment section afterwards, so it'd be dope. And like I said, I'm gonna work on putting out that video for you guys here, hopefully tomorrow, and just kind of say my piece, and hopefully just leave things in a positive direction for Chelsea. So definitely make sure you go and show her some love and support. So I know she hasn't put out a video for a while, but you can go to her old video, you can go to her Twitter, Instagram, and say something, because I can't. So we're in that no contact thing, so it's just I can't. So all I can do is the things that I've learned about how to, anything about, it's funny because a friend of mine taught me about this like 5 years ago, and they were originally telling me about manifesting money and how you just sit there and you just picture this money almost like in a bubble, and like you just push it over to them and stuff, and it's crazy because a lot of people, they believe in that, and it's become more and more and more popular. So I've been working on that a little bit, and ultimately I think it's all about God though. So
it is all about God.
It is, and there's things that we can do and things that I've learned that you can do that I would never thought. But
always be thankful for the gifts you have.
Absolutely.
And even for the ones that you don't, because He knows.
Absolutely. Yep, it's all in God's timing, that's for sure. But thank you guys so much again for being here. I definitely love you guys. And make sure you check out Mama Rock. I put the links to Mama Rock and Lucid and Blue Rock in the description. So like I said, we're gonna go try to film a video tomorrow, outside in the public, not in the public, but it's outside where no one's gonna be.
And I got him hand warmers.
And she got us hand warmers. Oh, Mama Rock always looking out. That's dope. I feel like I want to stay longer, and like it's just tough because I can't read through the comments right now.
I'm trying to read them, but my brain is like in a fog.
That's what I'm saying. That's how I feel. Like my brain's in a fog. I feel like I'm like.
It says, let's all, Sam's Pretty Paranormal said, let's all support James and Chelsea. They are still the same great people apart.
Exactly.
Nowhere says we can't support them both.
Exactly. That's all, and that's all I want. Like I want people to support her, and it's like I've gotten a couple comments from people. They're like, in different ways. Oh, Chelsea, she's just getting what she deserves because she was never, real to begin with. And I'm like, dude, is so wrong. Like if people knew how real she was and like how genuine, and it has nothing to do with, any of that stuff. It's people. I think people have a hard time believing relationships can end not based on cheating or not based on like neither one of us, did anything super wrong when it comes to that. But like I said, I'll take my responsibility for the things that I did wrong because I definitely did. And the shittiest thing about it, Mama Rock, is that I never had the intentions of how it came out. Does that make sense to you?
Well,
like you put out the right intentions and like out of love and I think it just became almost like I made her have to deal with things that she, you know, she has a rough past. You know what I mean? Right. And it's kind of like I pushed her to deal with that, but I didn't do it the right way. You know what I mean? I did not do it the right way, and it sucks, but it happens. You know. You gotta live and learn. Tiffany May. That's the best part of it is learning from it. Tiffany May says, "Thanks every day." Now. What? Thanks every day. Now found out today my dad is in the emergency room with COVID and 540 sugar level. And that's another thing that I learned while I was there, that COVID actually does interfere with people's sugars levels who have sugar diabetes. It also interferes with your blood pressure. Everything, really? Everything in your body starts going nuts. It's just crazy to learn. I read a whole 45... Dude, it is not a normal virus. Like, this is the weirdest... It honestly is the weirdest thing I've ever experienced in my life. It's like, it feels like a flu, but it has these other symptoms. How it affects everybody differently. It just, yeah, definitely. And depending on who you are and how good of a health you have, will determine whether you make it or not. I'm telling you, it's crazy. I literally thought like I could have died the other night because when I was sitting there super dizzy and then I passed out, like I'm like, there's some bad stuff. Like I literally thought like maybe I was dying. You know what I mean? Yeah. Eddie and Jen said. Eddie and Jen. We pray that you, James, the fam, and Mama Rock, and everyone in the household have a speedy recovery. We pray that God cast His loving hands on you and all take away this virus. In Jesus' name we pray. Oh, I love you, Eddie and Jen. That's awesome. Thank you for that prayer. Definitely appreciate that. So yeah, let me ask you guys a question. So for tomorrow, because I am going to work on editing a video, do you guys want to see the vlog? Sorry. So it's Sheesh. Did it taste like pizza? No. So either A, I'm going to put out the... I really wish you would let me try to do it again. Excuse me. Either the vlog, which I wanted to show you guys part of. And the vlog basically will be consisting of... as soon as I got to the Raptor Adventures... I don't know why it's not letting me do this. It's so weird. I wanted to show it to you. It's so funny, though. Why will it not let me add a camera? I don't know, but all you're doing is point at me. Yeah. Let me get it up. Yeah. Alright, let's see if I was to do this. It'd be so cool to show them. But of course, I paid $20 a month for this, which never works. That's crazy. Man, why won't that work? Oh, you know what? Maybe I need to... I got an idea. Yeah, it sucks everyone's gotten sick. I'm praying for you guys out there, too. Like, anybody out there dealing with stuff. And also, if you guys can say a prayer for my friend Chris Starr. Her grandfather has had COVID for... like it was actually like over a week, and he does not want to go to the hospital, but it's been getting worse. And I was talking to her about, listen, you need to just convince him to go. So I think he might actually be going to the hospital, but definitely keep him in your prayers, because I know she has a really good relationship with her grandfather, and he's I think 86 or 87 years old, so definitely keep him in your prayers. Let's see. Draw on top. So much Streamlabs garbage. I just wanted to throw out, that he needs to let people know that I called him like a champ, dude. Oh, I told him. I know. There's Lucid. You weren't there when he told him, but he did. Yeah, what are you doing, Lucid? I was just... Why is this not working? I want to tell people that I caught him, like. Oh, they know you caught my big ass. So what exactly happened? Like, cause it doesn't work. I don't know why. But I got up because I remember at first you're like, James, are you okay? And like, what did I do?
you started looking really pale, and at your 7, it was almost kind of like you were swaying. And I said, are you okay? Are you okay? And I said, you know what? I think I would just feel much, much better helping you in the bed and get you some water. And the minute we start walking here, you kind of like hit this wall, and I thought, oh my God, he's going to go down. And then for some reason, like right around the corner is like literally you collapsed, and I was like, oh my God. And I caught you because I didn't want you to hit your head.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You definitely saved me. Because, like, my big ass going down in here, I would have. I would
do it. I would do it anytime. I'd save you anytime. I'm just.
So, if you didn't know who this is Lou Rock's boyfriend. Yep. No, that's Lucidity, the Rock of Lucid, and she has a YouTube channel too, called Lou Rock's girlfriend.
No, it's called
Lucid Rock. Lucid Rock, and then of course Mama Rock has a channel which you guys know about, and right there up in that description you can find their channels. And you're starting to upload again, because they let the whole Corona thing, being stuck in the house, being depressing, listen to other idiots that don't try to encourage.
I was actually good because I uploaded a video
you
2
did.
days ago. It was
Right.
long, but I thought it was pretty neat.
See, I bring out the best in y'all.
You do.
Putting them videos up. You know what? That's what my adventure is about these last couple of months, is just going to show that fam love and support. And you know what? I feel like I've learned and got more from it than anybody else, which is amazing. Because, like I said, sometimes you put the the energy that you put out, you really do get that back. And I didn't know anything about energy or
put out in the universe
manifesting stuff. Yeah. Like, I didn't even know how to do any of that. And it's like I've learned so much, and there's so much truth to it, which is crazy.
Well, you know, anytime. There could be, we love you too, James. So, you know, we gotta look out for each other, right?
For sure.
I love all of you guys, and thank you for supporting our friend James. He's amazing. He's one of the kindest people you'll ever meet. So
I appreciate that. I was talking about Chelsea just a little bit ago, and it's like it's like everybody that I've hung, because we have a lot of similar friends, you know what I mean? But everybody that I've been hanging out with over this last like 2 months and stuff, like I think almost everybody has either already been talking with Chelsea or tried to reach out and speak to her.
Right.
And it's almost as if the way she's kind of like not been talking to me, I think she's been doing the same thing with everybody else. Which makes me think, like, does she, think that we're not talking nice? Because that's not true. You know what I mean? You know what's funny? This is so true. Every single person that I've hung out with that has mutual friends, they've all told me the same story. And that's that, like, they feel bad because, like, she's not really responding to them either. It's almost like if they're dealing with me, she doesn't want to deal with them, but they all have nothing but love for her. And I think that hurts them, too.
Yeah, it does, because, as you know, Chelsea and I were really close.
Right, same thing with Chris and Tiffany. And
Chelsea, I love you, just in case you hear it.
Yeah.
And just text me.
I just want her to know everybody does love her. Yeah. Like, I feel like she's distanced herself, not just from me, but anybody that knows me. And that kind of sucks because she's missing out. You know what I mean? And everybody does love her. Like, you love her. Chris loves her. Everybody's like, yeah, it's...
I miss talking to you.
She definitely... Yeah, I don't even think she'll watch this because I'm in it.
Oh, gosh.
Chelsea doesn't answer my DMs at all. Well, don't feel bad, Paranormal Magnet. That's just, she's going through it. And she needs to find her own way at her own time. And just don't take it personal, because I get this from everybody.
I think maybe
even
she
friends
needs
don't.
Some time,
She does, right?
Like, heal and because, I mean, it's traumatic. Like,
for sure.
It is.
I just feel bad because, like, just like somebody just said, they're not responding to her. Everybody tells me that. And it's like, whatever she needs to do, like, she's going to do it in her own way, in her own time. I feel bad because, like, I don't want to see her miss out, because she does have, like, a lot of people that love her, and she doesn't, like, she had put a post up about, like, no one's going to believe her, no one's going to whatever, but at the end of the day, they do. Like, people do. They love her, and they support her, and they believe her. Even all my friends, like, even all you guys, like, you guys know you know what it is? When people get breakup, first of all, she has really bad anxiety. But when people break up, usually one person or two people are just going to talk mad crap about the other person. And I've never done that from day one. I never did that. I never talked like crap about her. Even if there was something that I thought deserved it, I still didn't. Like, that's just not who I am.
I've never heard you say a bad thing about Chelsea. Since you not even like hinted at anything.
No, I don't.
You know, so, and I appreciate that because because she's my friend too. And
For sure.
I miss her, and I hope she's.
I just don't think she thinks that's the truth. I think she probably, and that's maybe why she's kind of distanced herself from everybody, which sucks because she's missing out because of something that just you conjure up in your head or something. You know what I mean? But I think eventually, you know what? At the end of the day, there was something that she had wrote a long time ago, and it's something about like, is it better to know the truth or to just blah blah blah? And I was thinking when I read that. Yeah, it's better to know the truth, especially when the truth, like,
set you free.
Set you free, yes.
And the truth also,
like, you know what? People, like, try to get advice. Like, especially her. Like, I feel like she's very impressionable with people. And it's so dangerous because if she gets that wrong person, they will literally, what do you call it?
Eat you alive.
Not just eat you alive, but they make you think that you're their friend or that you have their best interest.
They'll mislead you.
They will mislead you, right? And like I feel like she's very impressionable when it comes to that, but she's also very smart. She'll find her way.
You misled me when you left me, you bitch.
Well, that's because your balls were hanging out, bro, and it was
I don't
cold.
know how much you told them about
Just
tomorrow.
because my balls hang out.
No, I didn't tell them where we're going.
Okay, hold on. I'm just getting embarrassed again.
Stop being jerks.
Yeah,
so
Lou.
I don't know how much you told them about tomorrow, but tomorrow should be really exciting. So.
Yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow.
Just saying.
Yeah, we're all gonna sleep in the
I appreciate all the support for her in the chat, guys. That's awesome.
I don't have to sleep in the middle, right?
Of course.
No. I don't wanna.
Yeah.
Guys, I love you. Thank you for
Going to bed.
my friend James, and thank you for supporting Mama Rock. I'm happy.
And if you feel happy, let me say dance. And if you feel happy, come along. If you got Corona.
I do. Because I did have it, so I can't stop dancing.
What you mean you did have it? You think you got rid of it? You didn't get rid of it.
It's still there.
You still got the
guys,
Rona.
I love you.
Love you too. Lou, you're awake. I can't believe it.
I know.
Dude, you know what? I just overdosed on a bottle of freaking apple juice.
Did you?
Can you drink?
Nice.
Can you drink too much apple juice?
I did that with chocolate milk.
You said chocolate balls.
There's no ashtray over here. It's on the other side.
And if you feel happy. Everyone's saying, hey, Lou. What's up,
What
Leandra?
up, guys? Don't drink
Okay,
too much
Paul.
apple juice.
We love Chelsea. Awesome. I love to see the support. And it's, you know what, the other thing is, like, I feel like I haven't talked about Chelsea for, I don't know, 2-3 months now.
Yo,
and I just,
hope
that
you
was,
didn't-
I
did
thought
you
that's
drink
the
the
way it
rest
should.
of this?
I did.
Dude, I drank so much of this, my stomach feels like it's gonna, like, explode.
Bro, I've been drinking so much. Like, I've been
I
so
love
thirsty.
that.
It's
I
crazy.
love apple juice.
I like water. Nice cold water.
Well,
Lou likes apple juice. Do you like apple juice, Lou?
I do.
Do you like it in a juicy box?
I do. Better than this because this seems to have got. Is there a warning like it'll give you diarrhea or something?
I don't know, but chocolate milk be doing that.
I know he's live, Mom. I'm trying to warn people on the.
Oh,
day.
that's nice. Locust said, I've been trying to catch up and watch Chelsea's old video, though. There you go. I got. I'm not gonna say it.
Hey,
Christina's
Spirit
Son Ghost
Stalker.
Squad. What up? Who is it?
Spirit Stalker and
Spirit
Raptors.
Stalker. What up?
And Raptor Girl. Raptor
Hey,
Girl.
there's Jen and Lisa. What's good? They've been checking up on me, making sure I'm okay. Like, dude, I'm telling you, I thought Corona was a breeze until I passed out the other day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, there's some screwy stuff right here.
I thought it was pretty much.
I thought I was gonna die.
All right, so for me, it was pretty much the worst headache ever, and then after the headache, we had like a deep fever, 103 fever. But once the fever broke, I thought it was going to be gone. But the headache still lasted like a week.
Yeah. The headaches are bad. Eddie and Jen said, very true statement here. It says, James, when you have love and faith in your heart and you find yourself surrounded by positivity, it flows throughout the home, which in turn makes it a happy home, and it flows through you. I totally agree. And just like the same thing, if you got something negative that's pushing over and over and over, like that can also create negativity throughout the whole house and stuff. And definitely a lot to learn. Sometimes, you know what, especially if there's one person, sometimes that person may need to get out, get away, take a little vacation. If that's you, like that's what I needed to do. Like I was in such a negative Nancy, and you know, I feel like my issues weren't just something that happened toward the end. My issues been happening for years, and you know, you have to maybe find out where that's really coming from, because otherwise you can't ever fix it. And I think honestly, like I feel like what happened with Chelsea and I was a gift, like because if she hadn't done what she did, I feel like we would have just stayed together and we would have just destroyed each other. You know what I mean?
I think
like something had to be fixed.
I think love is like Star Wars. like you don't want to join the dark side of the Force.
It's very easy to get on the dark side, though. But you know what? It's just as easy to get away from the dark side.
Kind of like Kylo Ren, where he's in the middle, but he killed his father. It's kind of messed
Ola wants some of your apple juice, bro.
You don't want none of that apple juice.
Why he drinks a lot of apple juice? That's a good question, Irene. I don't know.
He
likes them apple juice boxes. I remember last night he was sleeping and I heard, my apple juicy box. My apple juicy box. And then he was like, Ma, the apple juice box. Ma, we want it. Apple juice.
And
or meatloaf.
Meatloaf,
Ma, the meatloaf. Yeah. What movie's that from? Wedding Crashers.
Oh, that's from a movie? I thought that was my real life.
That is your real life.
Okay.
Yeah. Super cool. Anyways, I'm probably going to let you all go. I do appreciate y'all being here. It was a lot of fun.
I'm going to go let my organs fail from...
Oh, that's smart, Lou.
Too much apple and orange juice.
A lot of apple and orange juice.
I've been drinking a lot of...
He was drinking his own urine earlier.
Oh, God, you too.
He was doing a urine cleanse.
I was drinking a lot of orange juice as well.
Hey,
so
Molly.
I don't know if that goes well together. So
yeah, I don't know either.
So, what up, everybody?
Thanks for being here, Hillary. And Molly and Irene and Space Mime. What's up?
We're
good to see you.
Taking care of your boy,
Stephanie
James,
Taylor.
You know.
Yes, you guys are very good hosts. Mama Rock, like, giving up her whole room and everything for me. Super nice. Like,
we got James cuddled up right between me and Lucid. So,
I told you that's only in your dreams, bro. It's only in your dreams. James is a one man to himself.
You're a one man.
He's one man to himself.
Nah, you're about to say you're a one man.
No, I told you I'm only my own man. I said this year, 2022, I'm not dating anybody. I ain't going to get with anybody. It's just James, and that's it. And that's the way it should be.
Dating anybody? I just want your booty.
I know you do, bro. But you got to take me on a date first.
Okay.
You know.
I'm cheap for that.
Yeah, I know.
So, I'm out.
All right, bro. I'm gonna end this too, anyways.
Love, everybody. Have a good one. Peace.
It's probably been like James crazy.
Don't drink too much apple juice.
Chris was like, I was watching. No apple juice, yeah. All right. Anyways, I love you guys. I'll have a new video for you guys tomorrow, and we're gonna get back on this because I'm starting to feel better. And Mama Rock is alive. Thank you, Jesus, because that was just crazy. Like, you were too. You were in so much pain for like 2 days. I was sitting here hearing you, like, you know what I mean? Like, you were in a lot of pain. And she still didn't go to the hospital, but thank goodness, like, she finally did, because that was scary. Are you even over there? Well, she's not even there. Talking to myself. Alrighty then. Alright, I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Make sure you check out my friends in the description, and yeah. And yeah, love you guys. Peace. Bye. Yeah, bye.